It's time for another Wildwood stream. Wildwood stream. It's time for another Wildwood stream. Wildwood stream. It's a Thursday afternoon at 3 p.m. Central Time. The time has come for another Wildwood stream. Wildwood stream. Folks, I got a fancy Western shirt on today. You know why? Because the t-shirt I'm wearing underneath doesn't fit right. So I thought I'm going to put some Western splendidry over it. I got a splendid shirt, Western in nature, a splendid shirt. Do you understand my nomenclature? Nomenclature? I don't know. I don't know what happens. I'm going to share this one more place. I'm not playing with my phone, you out there trying to latch onto something to hate. Latching onto something to hate. He's playing on his phone. I'm out of here, okay? You be you. I'm just sharing some stuff. You be you. Scooby-Dam-Doo. You be you. Hey, Maddie K. Hey, Michael Burrell. Hey, Joy Buzzer. Joy Buzzer. Yeah, I got a 62 telly right here. Not an actual 62, but a relic from the Fender Custom Shop from our friends at Wildwood Guitars. Big old 59 C-shaped neck on this bad boy. It's a Wildwood 10, a 62. Telecaster custom. Can you dig it? Oh yeah. Michael Burrell said he got to his Wordle right before the stream. I actually got my Wordle in 3 today, which is unusual. I've been very unlucky lately. Been very unlucky in that regard. But I have been getting them. Sometimes, you'll get like 3 letters like the second time, and then you'll get to the 6th one and not get it. And you're like, how could I have made every word with those letters possible and it not be the one? It just seems unusual. Wordle. There's a new one called Worldle. And that is where they show you a country, and you have to guess what it is just by the as it's sitting there by itself. Some of them are very easy. Today I knew it right away because I'm fairly competent in geography, and but my son's been doing it for a while. He says sometimes they're really obscure. So other ways to waste your time, not waste time. Use your time in a divert your attention away from other things that might be happening in the world that maybe you need to be diverted from. That's where these fun little puzzles and stuff come from. Much like our favorite guitars. This is, again, a 62 Wildwood 10 relic. It's a good little sound, by God. It's a good little tone. I've actually got my Gristle King engaged right now, the clean boost and the overdrive in front of the Koch amplifier on the clean side. Greetings, France. I see some people from France shouting out. Greetings to you, friends. Let's see what we got here. fun little jam. Hang on a second here. This frickin' frack. There we go. All right. Get the little thing out of there. Wacka, 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 wow. It's a super nice guitar. It's a super nice guitar. Always when I'm engaging in these activities, folks, I put the description, in the description of the video, there is a link to the guitar at the Wildwood website. This is a Wildwood 1062 relic, heavy relic. As you can see, a wild beast, or someone with extremely acrid and powerful acidic pit juices, has attacked the side of this instrument, aging it decades and a fortnight. We've got a Fender Custom Shop Dealer Select Wildwood 1062 Telecaster Custom. Heavy relic, 7.12 pounds, alder body, quarter sawn, maple neck, 59 large C neck profile, AAA rosewood fingerboard. And of course, it has the exclusive Wildwood custom 10-inch radius. Can you dig all that kind of activity? It has the Josefina hand-wound twisted telly pickups wound to Wildwood specifications. Special pickups you won't find anywhere else except on a Wildwood 10. Wow, I burst into song. I was so happy to say that sentence. And there you go. It's just a stunning instrument to behold. As you can see, the back has also been weathered and savaged by some kind of feral beast that decided to gnaw on this thing and say, hey, let's invent some history. And lo, it was reality. Look at that. It's pretty cool, pretty stunning. A roller coaster of low-hee-ho-hee-hov. Ladies and gentlemen, this guitar can do it all. It can be a roller coaster. It can be a Stones machine. It can be a blues axe. It can be a countryman. Countryman. Interesting. I don't even know what I'm saying sometimes. Why are they called Wildwood 10, Greg? That's an excellent question, Glenn, and I'm going to inform you. Back in the day, when they were doing these special runs of guitars, there were initially 10 things about them that was different. But primarily, it stems from the 10-inch radius. Because back in the day, when you got custom shop, made guitars that were 62 this or 58 that and so on and so forth, they all had the old radius on them. They had a 7¼ inch radius and the smaller frets. And Wildwood said, hey, if we order enough of them, can we do whatever radius we want and frets? And they said, yeah. And so they did, and they thought Wildwood was initially crazy until they sold like gangbusters because people wanted, kind of an ergonomically updated version of those, but still the sound, feel, and look of those old guitars, but with flatter radiuses, taller frets, lighter bodies, quarter sawn necks, special pickups, so on and so forth. So initially there were 10 things, but mostly it's the 10-inch radius, the 6105 frets, the custom pickups, certain weights, quarter sawn neck. Those are the things that come to mind. Can you dig it? And if you guessed all 10, you would get 10% off. Michael Burrell, you are a rascal. You are a rascal. Roller coaster, Gristle beanie. I like it, Aaron. I see what you've done, and I dig it. Yeah, I think, Glenn, back in the day, it was. I mean, they were so wildly successful from the get-go. That they've been able to do it with a bunch of different stuff. But back in the day, Fender at the custom shop, they thought, they thought it was a fool's errand to make reissue guitars with modern radiuses. But they found out that actually people wanted that and continue to want it, and that's that. Can you dig the language I'm speaking? If I pay Wildwood, can I drive down there and pick it up tonight? Well, Joy Buzzer, I'm in Wisconsin. So it would take a while for it to get from here back to Wildwood in beautiful Louisville, Colorado. But if you called him up and said, hey, I saw the big fella playing that guitar with that fancy Western shirt. I'm wondering if I might procure that instrument. You could certainly do that, and I will fly it back as quickly as possible. I'll get it to the UPS. I'll get it to the UPS store there one time. Oh, Toby Marshall is pleased with my slide part I put on his song. I put a slide part on Toby Lee Marshall's song. I put a slide part on a Toby Lee Marshall. Any favorite guitar cables, Greg? Asks Clown Number. You know what? Years ago, my buddy Mark Stoddard at a company called... come on, Prevagen. Come on, bro. What were those cables called? It's been so long. And then another company grabbed his company. He kind of works for the... not Monster cables, although I had those back in the day. Lava cables. Thank you. The brain kicked in. Lava cables. And I still have those cords I've had for years. They have worked. My curly cables, which I had from my purple curly cables, I must have had those for 8 years. And they worked fine. Now the one's kind of just... because I think I pulled it out of its thing, technical terms. But the cable I'm using right now is, I've got one kind of Fender custom shop cord that came gratis with one of my purchases. And then I have a lava cable that's going into my cords. And all of my patch cables are all lava cables as well. Doug the Doug Rappaport Gristle podcast. Well, thank you, Super Denny. The brand new Chewing the Gristle came out today. Again, my podcast, I'm adding new episodes. Had a great talk with Philip Sace yesterday. That's going to be next week's version. I'm talking with Bernard Allison on Monday. So we're on it. We're back on it again. So if you want to check out those podcasts, you can find them wherever casts are pod or pods are casts. Wherever you get your podcasts, I guess is what people say. Can you dig it? Glenn asked, do I use 10s primarily? Yes, I do. I use 10 through 46 on all my electric guitars and 12 through whatever it is on my acoustic instruments. Can you dig it? Yes, Doug is a superb player, absolutely. Be quiet there, Mr. Looper Duper. Maybe I'll make another little loop. I kind of like just the one chord loops because then I can just go crazy over one chord, establish a little groove, and you can hear what the guitar sounds like. Let's do a little. Can you dig it? Can you dig it all? Can you dig it all? That's a little fun with the old looper duper duper. Again, this is a Wildwood 10 1962 Fender Custom Shop Relic. And it is scrumdiddlyicious. I have my Let's see what we got here. Oh, my thing got bumped. I'm using that MXR clone looper. I was using the Gristle King for the clean boost and the overdrive, and that last little thing. And the ventilator is that delicious. Little slap back delay. Can you dig it? Will you dig it? Will you dig it all? That is the question. All right. Greg, do you ever use a volume pedal for those killer swells? No, Jackson, I've always just used the guitar. A lot of clean, a lot of key of C today. That. One chord jam. Sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes that's all you need is the one chord bend or one chord jam. Gerd asks a very important question. He says, Greg, are there any news from the smaller Koch Gristle amp? Regards from Austria. Wildwood is getting the first 18, which are going to be delivered, I believe, next month. So if I were you and you were interested in one of these little Gristle amps, which is When I get the new one here, I'm going to plug it in so you guys can hear it again, because every time I play it, people are like, where can I get that amp? And I don't want to get people too excited until they're actually available again, because this has been going on for about a year now, but they're finally coming. So, but Wildwood's going to have them. So if you're interested in one, I would say call the people at Wildwood or email them and say, hey, how do I reserve one of those little Gristle amps? It's a single 12-inch speaker. It's a single EL 34 tube. Excuse me. And it's got a volume. It's got a gain. The gain is called Gristle, of course. And the master is called More. And there's a tone control, and there's reverb on it. And there's also a boost feature that's foot switchable. And it sounds, it's either 12 or 4 watts, and it's totally wicked. And that's all you have, and that's all there is to it. John asks, if you had to pick one setup, no pedals, that you could gig or festival, what size amp? I would use my Greg amp, and that's what I've been doing for the last several years, is I use the amp I'm playing right now, the Greg by Koch amplifiers, that has the clean channel. There is an OTES boost that I can do on that channel. Back to the clean channel. Go to the lead channel. I can hit the OTS on that dirty channel. Or I can hit the gain boost on that overdrive channel. Or I can hit both of them. But it also has harmonic vibrato on board. Can you dig it? And that's what that amp all does. It's got reverb on board. It's a killer. So a lot of times I'll just leave the house with guitars, a chord, and that amp, and I'm good to go. It's 50 watts or 25 watts. I always keep it on the 50 watt mode. And 210s. And it's rocking. Do you ever need a volume boost for Sodal, or is that the OTS? Sometimes it's the OTS, Daniel, but sometimes it's just the second voice on my Fluence pickups. Because on my signature Reverend guitars, I have my signature pickups with Fishman Fluence, Gristle Tone P90s, Gristle Tone for T-style guitars, and there's that button that's in between the volume and the tone, and that's a second voice that's got a little bit more balls. So sometimes I'll just play around with the volume control, put the volume control full up for one lead sound, and then when I go for the jugular, I hit that button that just gives me just a little bit more to pound the damn Gristle. Yeah, it's 50 watts. The Greg amp is 50 watts. Yep. What is my favorite go-to riff? Elbar wants to hear Zoics, you savage beast. Go-to riff. You know, there are certain things that I have a tendency to do a lot. Like if I'm in the key of A doing kind of a country thing, I might go some kind of permutation of that, or like this one. what I'm saying? Can you dig it? Blues-wise, it's anything from like, that was... Certain things I have a tendency to do a lot. But they'd start off in different, whatever I'm in the mood for, I'll switch around. But usually it's, you never know what will happen. Like if I'm doing a blues and E, I'm accompanying myself, like I like doing this octave thing. Can you dig it? And now some Rory. I like Rory Gallagher. I'm not afraid of it. I'm all for it. Can't remember it. Something like that. That's that tattooed lady, pretty baby. Little Rory Gallagher. Rory Gallagher. Rory Gallagher. Tattooed lady, that's right. Andrew says, hey Greg, how much do you think brass saddles and steel bridges go on into the telly sound? Well, I used to, it's kind of a funny thing when I was, years ago, this is probably like 2001. Ish, maybe even before that. Maybe late 90s. When the American Standard guitars came out, I was out doing some Fender clinics. And the new tellies had individual, 6 bridge saddles. And they intonated better, obviously, and so on and so forth. And someone asked me that same question. I was like, I really don't notice a difference. And I said, and I like to be intonated. So I kind of poo-pooed it as cork sniffing, and everything is to a certain extent, but there is some validity. So if you play against, brass saddles versus, steel saddles versus 6 individual saddles, you may perceive a little bit more twang with the brass saddles. I do, after having played a lot of them, I kind of go, yeah, that brass has a little bit more, so I guess given my druthers, I'd have brass. Is it going to ruin my day to have steel ones or 6 individual things? No, but there is a perceptible difference in twang. But people will say that there's not. And there'll be some very informative, well-produced YouTube video dispelling all of that. And I'll have to say, oh my God, my decades full of experience were just filled with erroneous perceptions of reality and sounds. Shame on me. Shame on me for that experience. Irish Tour is my favorite record of Rory's, the Irish Tour. That was my Rory primer, and I was late to the game. I got to be honest with you. When I heard that record, I was like, I dig it, I get it, I'm in. Where do you learn such big words? Do you read or do you invent words? Yes. I both read and invent words. Big worm. Again, folks, if you want to know the specifics about this guitar, you can always go to the description of the video, and there's a link there to the Wildwood site. This is a guitar from Wildwood Guitars. They send me guitars. I play them on the streams. I do some additional video footage that comes out as a serial number video, or what we call Wildwood 30s, which are just 30-second things where I just play some stuff and say something crazy. And that's that. People are enjoying the hole in my jeans. You know what? I just realized that I'm wearing jeans with holes in it, but hey, what are you going to do? You know, people get relic jeans in addition to relic guitars. So this is real relicking, okay? Real relicking on these jeans, folks. People pay top dollar for a relic pair of jeans. This is the real McCoy. Stand clear. Stand firm. Big Jim, that's an old tune of mine. That's a riff I came up with, kind of Band of Gypsies-ish riff. It goes, Big Jim from back in the day. Big Jim. Scored the holes the old-fashioned way. Wait a minute. When you're a big fella and you are wearing jeans, certain times later when you're bending over, things rip. A dippity-dip. The knees go and the groin goes. That sounds weird, but I think you know what I'm talking about. They don't make jeans like they used to that could take being on the range and a savage cattle drive for quite a period of time and being able to withstand all that pummeling. Nowadays, you know, a year after having jeans, you squat down to pick up a doggone piece of cat poop that fell out of the, what? That sounds weird. You get down and you pick up a piece of whatever that's on the ground. All of a sudden you hear a little, like, wait a minute, what just happened? My jeans just gave up the ghost. Now I reliced them good. I got some relic jeans. Can you dig it? Super Denny says, my wife calls me a relic. Well, it's better than a lot of things she could be calling you. Am I right? It's better than a lot of things. Has Greg ever roped a steer? Well, actually, I just eat them raw right on the range. And I just climb on top of them and just start at the back and just, my mighty mandible just, and just feast. Is that weird? I don't think so. You know, you asked. I told. What? Have you ever have a pain in your left forearm? No. No, I've been very, very lucky. The only time I've experienced any hand angst at a gig is when I'm at an outdoor thing and I'm sweating like a banshee and I might get a little cramping once in a blue moon. And then I realize that I need some water and some electrolytes. Stat. I'm low on the potassium. So eat a banana quick, drink some water, and that stuff is over. So I've been very, very lucky in that regard. Greg, play Blue Jean Blues. Interesting. That is a good tune. Let's see what we got. I'll try to find. Oh, look at that. No hands. That's the Looper Duper. Like that. Can you dig it? Can you dig that kind? Nice neck pickup on this beast, huh? That's a nice sounding little neck pickup. Someone wanted some of that Cheap Trick. Oh, I'm down with that. Are you ready to rock? It's a simple question. Are you ready to rock? Are you ready to rock? Good jams there from our friends at The Trick. a good little telly, by God. It does it all. Rock music. It fills my soul with the sense of purpose. Rock and roll, ho-ee-ho-eel. Rock, ho-hee-ho-eel. That sounds like Santa Claus. Ho-hee-ho-eel. That's how Santa likes to rock. Ho-ho-ho-hee-ho-eel. Gathers the elves around. Ho-ho-ho-eel. Santa Boogie. Touring this summer. We're doing a little bit of stuff this summer thus far. I'll have it all on the website soon. And there you have it. We play some Roy Buchanan. Let's see what we can do about that. Would be right to play Roy on a Telecaster. Am I right? Am I right or am I right? Let's do this. Roy Buchanan-ish thing going on there. A little goofy with the looper, but hey, what are you going to do? It's live television. Live television. Folks, thanks so much for tuning in today. It's our Wildwood stream for Thursday. And this is a glorious instrument. It is a Wildwood 10 62 Telecaster Relic from the Fender Custom Shop. And it is a Wildwood instrument. And for those who are interested in it, you can click the link provided in the description of this video. And that's all there is to it. Don't forget, as I mentioned earlier, a brand new podcast dropped today, another edition. We're up to 60-some episodes featuring everyone from, today's with Doug Rappaport. We've got everything from John Five to Kirk Fletcher to Steve Lukather to Joe Satriani to Joe Bonamassa. So many different individuals. And so tune in for that. Just convivial little conversations, good, clean fun. And there you have it. And folks, I will get to those tunes next time. Shout out to Paul Brown. Is Paul Brown out there? Paul Brown, where are you? Paul Brown, you savage beast. Today's dinner is, that's a good question. I think we're going to have tacos, even though we did have Taco Tuesday. Sometimes tacos more than once a week is a welcome thing. That's all I'm going to say. And mighty Andy Timmons. He's a buddy. We always have fun playing together and hanging out. Finland says hi. Greetings to you, Finland. All right, folks. We will see you cats on the flippity and the floppity. Adios.